How's it going, everyone? Austin Honecker here. I just wanted to come on here for a while and give my review for All Elite Wrestling's AEW Rampage from last night, which was March 4th, 2022. I gotta say, it was awesome from start to finish. For the matches, match 1, it was Sammy Guevara versus Andrade El Idolo versus Darby Allin in a three-way match for the AEW TNT title. That was a great match, but the ending to it, Sammy Guevara went over and retained the AEW TNT title cause Sammy Guevara pinned Andrade El Idolo with the coffin drop from Darby Allin. Well, after the match, as Andrade El Idolo was laid out and rolled out of the ring, Sammy Guevara reached out his hand to shake Darby Allin's hand, but Darby Allin wouldn't shake Sammy Guevara's hand, so Darby Allin left, and Sammy Guevara was... Well, Darby Allin got out of the ring and walked backstage while Sammy Guevara was still in the... Darby Allin rolled out of the ring and walked backstage while Sammy Guevara was still in the ring, confused and everything. That was cool. Match 2, it was Keith Lee versus J.D. Drake. That was a great match, but the ending to it, Keith Lee went over with the Ground Zero. Well, after the match, the rest of the wingmen, which are Ryan Nemeth, Peter Avalon, and Cesar Bononi, came out, and Peter Avalon and Ryan Nemeth tried to attack Keith Lee from behind, and Keith Lee threw Ryan Nemeth off of him and threw him out of the ring, and then Keith Lee beat the shit out of Peter Avalon in the process, and then Cesar Bononi tried to beat the shit out of Keith Lee, but Keith Lee got a hold of Cesar Bononi and executed the powerbomb. Well, Keith Lee executed the powerbomb on Cesar Bononi and laid him out, and as Ryan Nemeth and Cesar Bononi went out of the ring, well, J.D. Drake was already out of the ring anyway, but when Ryan Nemeth and Cesar Bononi were out of the ring, Keith Lee got a hold of Peter Avalon, and Keith Lee threw Peter Avalon out of the ring onto Ryan Nemeth, Cesar Bononi, and J.D. Drake, and so Keith Lee beat the shit out of the wingmen, which are Ryan Nemeth, Peter Avalon, Cesar Bononi, and J.D. Drake, and Keith Lee stood tall and everything. That was cool. That was match 2, by the way. Match 3, it was Serena Deeb versus Layla Gray. Match 3, it was Serena Deeb versus Layla Gray in the Professor's 5-Minute Rookie Challenge. That was a squash match, but the ending to it, Serena Deeb went over with the front chancery. Well, after the match, Serena Deeb locked in the Serenity Lock on Layla Gray, and as that was going on, Hikaru Shida came out with her kendo stick, and Hikaru Shida started beating the shit out of Serena Deeb with the kendo stick and everything. That was cool. And match 4, which was the main event, it was Christian Cage versus Ethan Page in a Face of the Revolution qualifying match. That was a great match, but the ending to it, Christian Cage went over with the kill switch. That was match 4 in the main event, by the way. Sorry. And match 4, which was the main event, it was Christian Cage versus Ethan Page in a Face of the Revolution ladder match, in a Face of the Revolution qualifying match. That was a great match, but the ending to it, Christian Cage went over with the kill switch. Well, after the match, while Christian Cage was celebrating his victory, the Jurassic Express, which are Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus, came out to the ring to celebrate Christian Cage's victory with Christian Cage. And as that was going on, the Young Bucks, which are Matt and Nick Jackson, and Red Dragon, which are Kyle O'Reilly and Bobby Fish, came out to stare down the Jurassic Express, which are Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus, along with Christian Cage. So Matt Jackson and Kyle O'Reilly took the AEW Tag Team titles and were celebrating with them, but then the Young Bucks and Red Dragon were bickering and arguing back and forth. So while that was going on, Jungle Boy attacked the Young Bucks, which are Matt and Nick Jackson, and Red Dragon, which are Kyle O'Reilly and Bobby Fish, with a Tope O'Connor and laid them out. And then Luchasaurus took the AEW Tag Team titles away from Matt Jackson and Kyle O'Reilly, and after that, Jungle Boy attacked the Young Bucks, which are Matt and Nick Jackson, and Red Dragon, which are Kyle O'Reilly and Bobby Fish, with a Tope O'Connor. And after that, Jungle Boy got back in the ring, and Christian Cage and the Jurassic Express, which are Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus, stood tall and celebrated. That was cool. That was after the match, by the way. Now, besides the matches, the Death Triangle, which are Pac, Penta Oscuro, and Alex Abrahantes, were out in the ring, and Alex Abrahantes had the microphone, got on the microphone and cut a promo talking about how Malachi Black claims that the House of Black are unstoppable and everything, and then talked about how the Death Triangle were out for revenge on the House of Black and everything. And then Alex Abrahantes was talking about how they're down one member of the Death Triangle, which is Rey Fenix. And Alex Abrahantes was talking about how the Death Triangle wanted the House of Black and were going to beat their asses and everything. And then the House of Black, which are Malachi Black, Brody King, and Buddy Matthews, appeared on the Titantron, and Malachi Black was saying, "Alex, that was very flattering to hear. You want to talk about how we lost to you all?" And then that was what Malachi Black said. Well, Buddy Matthews said, "Now, Alex, did we really lose? Or did the Death Triangle lose?" And Brody King was saying, "Because, Alex, if anybody lost, it was the Death Triangle. And your death to the House of Black will be dethroned." And everything. And then the House of Black teleported to the ring, and Alex Abrahantes said, "Malachi Black, hold on just a second. I did not say that I was going to fight along Pac and Penta Oscuro. I'm saying that the Death Triangle, since the House of Black has a monster, well, the Death Triangle has appointed a monster as well." Then, after Alex Abrahantes said what he said, Eric Redbeard came out to the ring, and the security came out too to try to tried to keep the Death Triangle and Eric Redbeard and the House of Black separated from each other. Well, Eric Redbeard attacked the security and beat the shit out of him, and then Eric Redbeard attacked Malachi Black and Buddy Matthews and beat the shit out of them, and then Eric Redbeard attacked Brody King and beat the shit out of him. Then the House of Black retreated. Well, Eric Redbeard attacked Malachi Black and Buddy Matthews and beat the shit out of them, and then Eric Redbeard attacked Brody King and beat the shit out of him. Well, the House of Black retreated, and then Eric Redbeard started beating the shit out of... Then Eric Redbeard was... Then Eric Redbeard beat the shit out of the security guards, and then Pena Oscuro, after Eric Redbeard attacked and beat the shit out of the security guards, Pena Oscuro executed the arm breaker to one of the security guards and broke his arm. And after that happened, the Death Triangle, which are Pac, Pena Oscuro, and Alex Abrahantes, along with Eric Redbeard, were in the ring standing tall, and the House of Black, which are Malachi Black, Brody King, and Buddy Matthews, were out in the crowd, and a stare down happened and everything, which that was cool. Dan Lambert and Scorpio Sky cut a promo. Well, Dan Lambert was talking about how Sammy Guevara retained the AEW TNT title and told Sammy Guevara to enjoy his AEW TNT title run, because Sunday at Revolution, while Sammy Guevara is teaming with Sting and Darby Allin against the Andrade Hardy Family Office, which are Matt Hardy, Andrade El Idolo, and Isaiah Cassidy, Dan Lambert was saying Scorpio Sky will be up in the rafters preparing for their match, because Dan Lambert was saying, I got a hold of Tony Khan on the phone, and I demanded Scorpio Sky to get a shot at the AEW TNT title. Well, Tony Khan gave Scorpio Sky a title shot against Sammy Guevara for the AEW TNT title, and the only way Tony Khan would agree to it is if I let Paige Van Zant sign a contract with AEW at Revolution. So, and Dan Lambert was saying, so I gave in to it and I let it happen. So, Wednesday night, Scorpio Sky is going to beat the shit out of Sammy Guevara and take the AEW TNT title from him, and Scorpio Sky is going to be the AEW TNT champion in this god-awful company called AEW. And everything, and then Scorpio Sky snapped his fingers and the lights went out and everything. That was cool. CM Punk cut a promo saying, March 6th, I'm going to be in a dog collar match against MJF at Revolution. And Maxwell, March 6th, and so Maxwell, you want to call me PG Punk, and you want the CM Punk that you grew up idolizing? Well, you got him. Because Sunday, March 6th at Revolution, I'm going to kick your ass. And I'm going to leave parts of your body in the ring, and I'm also going to leave parts of your body all over Orlando, Florida. And once I beat you and tear you from limb to limb in that ring and all over Orlando, Florida, your own mother won't recognize you, because I am CM Punk and I'm better than you and everything. That was cool. Tony Schiavone interviewed Jade Cargill and Mark Sterling. Well, Tony Schiavone brought up that Jade Cargill is going to be defending the TBS Women's title against Ty Conti at Revolution. Well, Mark Sterling was saying, that's right, Tony. On March 6th, Jade Cargill is going to be defending the TBS women's title against Ty Conti. Jade Cargill is. And just to let you know, if you're not aware, in the we had a contract deal that Miss Ty Conti can't put her hands on Jade Cargill until their TBS women's title match at Revolution. And then Jade Cargill was saying, now Mark, no one gives a shit about Ty Conti and her karate shit. Mark Sterling said, that's true, Jade. Well, Anna Jay came along and was talking shit towards Mark Sterling, providing a distraction to Jade Cargill and Mark Sterling. And as Anna Jay had Jade Cargill and Mark Sterling distracted, Ty Conti popped out of nowhere and attacked Jade Cargill with a pump kick and laid her out. And then Anna Jay and Ty Conti stood over Jade Cargill, and and Ty Conti was saying, you have less than 48 hours away until you lose your TBS women's title to me, bitch. And then Ty Conti said, she's a dumbass. And so Anna Jay and Ty Conti left, and then Mark Sterling was tending to Jade Cargill and everything. That was cool. Tony Schiavone interviewed Eddie Kingston, and Tony Schiavone brought up that Eddie Kingston will be going one-on-one against Chris Jericho at Revolution. Eddie Kingston was saying, that's right, Tony. I am going to be going up against Chris Jericho at Revolution. And I'm going to say right now, yes, kayfabe is dead, but we don't need to piss on its grave. So why do I have to be in this interview? Tony Schiavone said, because you have to talk about your match with Chris Jericho. Eddie Kingston said, again, kayfabe is dead, but we're not going to piss on its grave. And I'm here to say right now, Sunday night at Revolution, I'm gonna beat the dog shit out of Chris Jericho, and I'm gonna make Chris Jericho shake my hand after I beat his ass, because he'll have no choice, and I will eat him alive. And not only that, Tony, but you know they have this peanut butter pie in catering, so why don't we go grab a piece of pie together? Tony Schiavone said, well, that sounds good, Eddie, and everything. That was cool. And Mark Henry interviewed Christian Cage and Ethan Page, and Mark Henry was saying, Ethan Page, last year you were in the Face of the Revolution ladder match, but your partner, Scorpio Sky, won the damn thing. Does that cross your mind? Ethan Page says, yes, of course it crosses my mind, Mark, but my mind's not on that right now. My mind is on one thing, because last year, Christian Cage and I, we made our debuts. We both made our debut at Revolution last year. And when I heard that AEW was bringing in a Hall of Fame worthy talent, I knew all along it was Christian Cage. But I'm going to say this. Tonight, I'm going to beat Christian Cage's ass. And not only am I going to advance to the Face of the Revolution ladder match, but I'm also going to be the next Hall of Fame worthy talent in AEW. Well, that was Ethan Page. Ethan Page said all that, by the way. And Christian Cage was saying, now Ethan, I like your confidence. But I'm here to tell you, bud, I have more experience in ladder matches than anybody in AEW and everybody in the Face of the Revolution ladder match. So, and your time as a Hall of Fame worthy talent will come. But tonight, I'm going to kick your ass, and I'm going to advance in the Face of the Revolution ladder match. And if and when I win the Face of the Revolution ladder match and become the number one contender for the AEW TNT title. And if Scorpio Sky gets past Sammy Guevara and wins the AEW TNT title, I'm going to kick Scorpio Sky's ass, and I'm going to take the AEW TNT title away from him, and I'm going to be the next AEW TNT champ. Mark Henry said his signature line, well, there's been enough talk. Ethan Page said, yeah, I agree. And then Mark Henry said the rest of his signature line and said, it's now time for the main event and everything. That was cool. Now, besides all that, Taz, Excalibur, Chris Jericho, and besides all that, Taz, Excalibur, Chris Jericho, and Ricky Starks done commentary throughout the whole show. They done awesome as usual. The referees for the event were Rick Knox, Bryce Remsburg, Stephon Smith, and Aubrey Edwards. Okay. Bryce Remsburg refereed the match between Sammy Guevara versus Andrade El Idolo versus Darby Allin in a three-way match for the AEW TNT title. Stephon Smith refereed the match between Keith Lee versus J.D. Drake. Rick Knox refereed the match between Serena Deeb versus Layla Gray and the Professor's 5-Minute Rookie Challenge. And Aubrey Edwards refereed the match between Christian Cage versus Ethan Page in a Face of the Revolution qualifying match. All the referees done awesome as usual. Now, one thing I did forget after the match between Keith Lee versus J.D. Drake, after Keith Lee beat the shit out of the Wingmen and laid them out, Team Taz, which are Ricky Starks and Powerhouse Hobbs, came out and we're getting ready to go in the ring and attack Keith Lee, but Keith Lee was staring him down, and then Orange Cassidy came out and stared down Team Taz as well and everything. That was cool. And now, one thing I will say that I did forget about AEW Dynamite about a week or so ago was after that tag team battle royale, Hangman Page attacked Kyle O'Reilly with the buckshot lariat and laid him out. That I forgot about that as well, from Dynamite a week or two ago. Now, the match card for All Elite Wrestling's pay-per-view event, Revolution, tomorrow night, there's going to be the pre-show and the main show. For the pre-show, it's going to be the House of Black, which are Malachi Black, Brody King, and Buddy Matthews, versus Eric Redbeard and the Death Triangle, which are Pac and Penta Oscuro, Hook versus QT Marshall, and Chris Statlander versus Layla Gray. And for the main show, it's going to be Hangman Page versus Adam Cole for the AEW title, the Jurassic Express, which are Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus, versus the Young Bucks, which are Matt and Nick Jackson, versus Red Dragon, which are Kyle O'Reilly and Bobby Fish, in a three-way tag team match for the AEW tag team titles. Britt Baker versus Thunder Rosa for the AEW women's title. Jade Cargill versus Ty Conti for the TBS women's title. A Face of the Revolution ladder match to determine the number one contender for the AEW TNT title. The participants in the match are Christian Cage, Keith Lee, Orange Cassidy, Wardlow, Ricky Starks, and Powerhouse Hobbs. Sting, Darby Allin, and Sammy Guevara versus the Andrade Hardy Family Office, which are Matt Hardy, Andrade El Idolo, and Isaiah Cassidy in a Tornado Trios match. Chris Jericho versus Eddie Kingston. CM Punk versus MJF in a dog collar match. And Bryan Danielson versus Jon Moxley. Those are the matches that have been announced. So the match card for All Elite Wrestling's pay-per-view event Revolution tomorrow night looks like it's going to be awesome. Can't wait to see it. I'm looking forward to it. But anyway, I just wanted to come on here for a while and give them a review for All Elite Wrestling's AEW Rampage from last night, which was March 4th, 2022. Like I said, it was awesome from start to finish. And with that being said, my name is Austin Honecker, and I will catch your ass down the road. Peace out.